Welcome back to Twin J Racing, everyone. I was cleaning my phone off the other day, and I found some videos that I didn't know I recorded. Well, I guess I knew at the time, but it was before I started my channel, so they've been sitting on this phone for a while. And so I accidentally found them, and I figure I'm going to start posting some of them. But I found this one on my Cutlass and figured I would share it. So this one's a little older. This was last spring. This was 2024. We're now in 2025. This was last spring when I was balancing the 69 and getting my car done and getting it ready to go racing. We had actually went test and tune, and it was a disaster, which I think we've discussed before. But I talk about it a little bit in this video, but I wanted to kind of put an opening on this. And as you can tell, we're in our favorite studio. But this is where we're at. Please enjoy this video. Like I said, it's an older video from a year ago, but I thought it was okay, so I'm going to put it up. Please enjoy. Please like, share, subscribe. Please comment. Tell me what you think. And we're going to hopefully get the motor back soon for my Cutlass and be doing what we're doing right now all over again. Go figure, right? Catch you guys in the next one. Please watch the video. Welcome back to the channel. We're working on my car. Don't know how much we've talked about my car. We took it out 2 Sundays ago and found out we had a oil leak, a massive oil leak. And when we took it apart, we found out we had a bunch of stripped pan studs. I run studs and nuts on my oil pan, and a bunch of them were stripped, and it allowed the pan to come loose and leak oil. Thankfully, I run a diaper and it caught a lot of it, but it didn't catch it all, and it pretty much coated the back of the transmission and the side of the motor, and I got oil on the track, so they were a little unhappy with me. But we're out here today putting the motor back in. It's got all new pan, studs and nuts in there. Everything's all cleaned up. I had to degrease. We had oil all over the side of here, all up through here, all through the back. Got all that cleaned up. You know, even the top of this is all cleaned up. This is the pig mat that goes in my diaper. Got the diaper here. My wife cleaned it all out for me, pressure washed it, cleaned it, degreased it. And then the pig mat will go in here to help absorb the oil so the diaper doesn't. Pressure washed everything in here. Yeah, it's a complete disaster right now, but got it all cleaned up, got it ready to go. So hopefully the motor's going to go back in here real soon. And that's kind of today's project, get the motor back in it, because today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, and we're racing on Friday, weather permitting, or we're going to be racing Saturday and Sunday for points. Weather looks really good for Saturday and Sunday there. But I got to get this car back together. Unfortunately, my car decided to give me problems, which sucks, but we got to deal with it because we're points racing. And I'm a bracket racer, so got to get it done. Motor needs to go in this beast today. You know, motor into the car. No, yeah, I'm sure many of you guys are noticing it's not a Chevy motor by any stretch. This is a Olds 455 block with Edelbrock heads and everything on it. It's basically, I can insert some pictures hopefully. It's 455 based Oldsmobile. It's got an Eagle crank, Eagle rods. It's only a 461. I didn't stroke it or anything. That's kind of a regret of mine. I wish I would have, but I didn't know any better at the time. Edelbrock heads that were just freshened up at JC Fuel Systems, who they do a lot of work for me. They actually rebuilt the heads, put bigger valves in them, cleaned up some of the porting, sleeved them, did a bunch of that. Got them done. I run a roller cam. I don't know the specs off the top of my head, but it's an Engel cam. Victor intake. I run the aluminum valve covers, fabricated aluminum ones that I don't know who made them, but I picked them up used. Gotten a vacuum pump. Haven't actually even ran that yet this year. Went through a bunch of stuff to get this mandrel on, because my balancer is set up with a big block Chevy, and the mandrel I got with the motor plate and stuff from a friend was for an Olds, and that just led to problems. Thankfully, I got friends that'll make me spacers to make everything work. You know, if it wasn't for a lot of the support I get, I couldn't do what I do. So, you know, I have a lot of people that help me, and they are a big help. All right. Back here, like I said, JC Fuel Systems. They're a big help to me. Built my carburetor, converted it to E85, you know, had it anodized or powder coated, and put newer fuel bowls and everything on it when he rebuilt it a couple years ago. And we run that motor on E85 because it's 13-to-1. I guess we'll kind of go over the car a little bit because we haven't done anything on this car. It's got steel rear bumper right now, but that's going to change probably over the winter. It's a 71 Cutlass Supreme and wrong tail lights, but probably going to fix that over the winter. It's pretty much mostly steel. Trunk lid is fiberglass. Hood is fiberglass. Front bumper is fiberglass. The rear suspension, I'm not going to crawl underneath of it right now, but it's a custom built. I got an upper cross member that I built with adjustable upper control arms and everything, so I can get it adjusted where I need. You can't really see it. There's the frame, and it's got lower adjustables, all TRZ stuff. It's got a 9-inch Ford by Mosier in it. 35 spline axles, a spool, aluminum center section, coil over, Viking coil overs. I run a 29.5 by a 10.5 15 slick. I'm actually switching to the W because these are worn out. They're not shot, but these are getting old, and I need a new slick for the season. We're running a Power Glide, a JW housing or case, and Power Glide, electric shifter, Terminator button for now. We might change it to something else. Just a lame gauges and everything. Kirky buckets, your typical 8-point cage, which is technically 8-point roll bar, which is on the docket to be changed. Maybe this winter I'd like to do a full 12-point all the way to the front, because I have no front bars in the car, which is something that I would like to change. But we'll see what happens this winter. I'd like to put a rack and pinion in it. Got a lot of stuff I'd like to do, but we'll see what happens. And then glass bumper on the front with aluminum brackets made by Lingenfelter Brackets. They're great people to deal with, and they actually made patterns off of my bumpers to get them done. Not officially sponsored by Diet Pepsi, but that's what I drink a lot of. The diaper and stuff. You know, got the boring welds on here. Keep wanting to change something else, but I haven't brought myself to buy tires yet. We have brand new slicks. I gotta get them mounted this week. Like I said, we're gonna go to the W. I've run them before. This last set was not W's. This set will be W's. I'm just a bracket racer. I don't do any of that small tire stuff or anything like that. Like I said, we gotta do a big thanks to JC. They're like do just about everything I need to help keep this program running. Lingenfelter Brackets, like I said. Aluminum brackets, best brackets for bumpers, in my opinion. Lightweight. They do a lot of Mopars. They're branching out into other brands like Oldsmobile, and I think he does some Nova brackets. I think he was working on some Chevelle brackets. I'm not sure, but definitely you want some brackets made out of aluminum, he can help you out. And then I'll probably butcher his name, but Chris France, great friend of mine. He's the one who makes me a lot of custom stuff. He's got a machine, or he's a machinist by trade, and he makes all kinds of stuff. He's the one who made my water pump adapters. Those go from Olds to small block Chevy, so that way you can run a small block Chevy water pump on here instead of having to hunt down an Olds. Yeah, there's a few people out there that make Olds ones now, but if you're at the track and you need a water pump, you can probably find a small block Chevy. He's the one who made my spacer down there for me. He's made me countless other things over the years. Like I said, you gotta have a lot of good friends if you want to run an Oldsmobile, because if you run a Chevy, you can buy anything. With an Oldsmobile, yeah, that's not so much the case. So, all right, I believe I've kind of rambled along long enough. I kind of wasn't prepared to do an overview of my car, and I haven't yet. So we're going to work on getting this motor put in. We're going to keep plugging away at it, and we'll go from there. All right, we got the diaper on, got the starter on, because everything wants to share the same space. Got the motor pretty much ready to go back in its hole. So we're going to work on that here pretty soon. Get that home, get it ready for this weekend. That's what we're going for. So, all right, gonna get some work done.